here to perform our spring concert for you, Inspiring the American Spirit. As Stephanie mentioned, Union Congregational Church is celebrating its 200th anniversary, and we feel honored to be part of that celebration. Our opening piece was American Caroline by James Weber. This piece brings forth a grand, majestic, haunting resonance in the handbells. Simple Gifts was the melody that came shortly in the middle of the piece, and that was written in 1848. And it was a piece that was written to capture the humble, hardworking spirit of the early American pioneers. A couple of weeks ago, we had the opportunity to perform at the Boston Handbell Festival at Old South Church in Boston. If you've been there before, it's a beautiful church. And we had the opportunity to play with 4 other choirs in similar size as we are. And we played Residences and Alleluias as a masterpiece. And when you have five choirs playing our next piece, it sounds pretty amazing. But we have 1 choir, and it still sounds pretty amazing. So listen for the resonance in the bells and the rhythmic, buoyant Alleluias and Resonances and Alleluias, that's hard to say, by Kathy Mulkebust. with your... In 1887, Gabriel Fauré wrote Pavane, Opus 50. It's an elegant, lyrical, compositional work. I remember hearing it many, many years ago and thinking how beautiful it was, and it's something that has stuck with me forever, so I'm very excited that we're playing it on handbells tonight. The Impressionist movement at the time was really taking root in Europe and America, and happening in both art and music. Painters were being creative with using color and light in their painting. Musicians were breaking away from the strict German compositional styles of the time. Impressionism really it evokes the feeling of nostalgia, emotional depth, and pastoral, ethereal music. Listen for the haunting melody in Pavane and the textures of Impressionism that are in Fauré's timeless Pavane. Thank you. It's a long piece. Well, our ringers have a lot to do to get set up for the next piece, so we're going to have a little conversation. You nervous? We have some people that have rung handbells in the audience, so thank you very much for joining us today. Can we have a show of hands of who has rung a handbell in here? Quite a few. Look at that. Multiple churches are represented. Different performing community groups are represented. We appreciate you coming. How many have never heard a handbell concert before tonight? Is that true? Everybody has heard a handbell concert? Up in the top? Okay, well, thank you for coming. Maybe you were drugged to this, I don't know. We appreciate you being here. During the pandemic, we couldn't really do anything together, right? So New England Ringers decided to come up with a new event, and we call it Oktoberfest. And we drink beer and play bells. And it's fun. Our very first event had 35 people down in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, I think is where we held it. And last year, we had 140 people registered for this event. We had 22 states represented. We had 2 people, international attendees. So needless to say, it's been a success. And we are looking forward to doing it again this year. And I'm inviting you all to our concert. The concert is at the Armory in Westerly, Rhode Island on Sunday, get your calendars out, Sunday, September 27th at 1 o'clock. Donations are accepted and they go to sustain the Armory, and beer will be sold. So we hope you can join us then. I think we're still working a little there. I don't really have anything else to say. Okay, here we go. The piece that we're going to play is Beer Barrel Polka, okay? It's a fan favorite, a ringer favorite, and it was commissioned for Oktoberfest back in 2022, I think. And there are some sing-along sections, so I imagine that you will help sing along with us, okay? I'll cue you. You'll know. Nice job, everybody. We just know the roll out the barrel. Are there any words to it? I wanted to indicate that our bass ringers had quite a little workout in that piece, and you might have noticed them hauling it with those big bells. I'd like to take this time to do ringer introductions. So I think there's a microphone back there, you guys. And let's start up with the treble. I know that's on the other side, but they've got a lot to do down there.
Hi, I'm Carol Elmore, and I have been ringing with this group for I think 15 years, and I've been ringing for a really long time. Hi, I'm Kathy Mirko. I'm from Holliston. I've been ringing with New England Ringers now for over 3 years, and I'm going to say it, I've been ringing for 33 years.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm from Pennsylvania, but I live in Grafton. I've been playing bells since 2011.
Hi, I'm Ann Barnard. I grew up in West Boylston. I'm now in Brookline. I played with the New England Ringers a long time ago, but I'm back for my first season, and I've been playing bells since middle school.
Hi, I'm Ashton Brennicky. I live in Waltham, Massachusetts, and this is my 7th year ringing, 3rd with NER.
I'm Beth Hansen. I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts. I've been playing bells since 2012, and I've been with this group about 12 years ago.
Hi, I'm Gina Marie Williams. I'm from Ledyard, Connecticut. Yeah. And, home of Foxwoods and Mohegans. Okay. I've been ringing since 1999, and I believe this is my 5th year with NER.
Hi, I'm Catherine Freeman. I am also from Ledyard, Connecticut. I've been ringing for 30 years this year, and this is my first season with NER.
Hi, my name's Heather Topolsky. I grew up not far from here in Gardner, but now I live in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And I've been ringing since 2011, and I believe this is my 5th season with New England Ringers. Something like that.
Hi, my name is Susie Amos. I started ringing in Lawrence, Kansas in 6th grade, and this is my 9th year with New England Ringers.
Hello, I'm Andrew Lefferts. I grew up in Oxford, Massachusetts, which is where we usually rehearse. I've been ringing for 3 years, and I've been ringing with NER for 5 months. This is the first season.
Hi, my name is Caroline Espy. I grew up in West Boylston, Massachusetts, and I've been ringing for 10 plus years. This is my 2nd-ish season with NER.
Hi, my name is Ellen Thibodeau, and I ring with a group in Charlton, Massachusetts, and this is my first full season with NER Ringers.
Hi, I'm Emily Kohler. I'm from Nashua, New Hampshire. I'm going to say it, this is my 50th year ringing. Seventh in and out of NER.
My name is Samantha Beshta, and 30 years ringing sounds not nearly as impressive now that Emily went. And this is my 4th or 5th year with NER.
Hello, I'm Todd Sauter. I've been ringing, I live in Littleton, Mass next door. I've been ringing, starting in church about 15 years ago, I think, and I've been with NER about 5 years.
think with NER 5 years also, 6 years. I was a previous NER ringer like Ann, but I don't remember now how many years.
Hi, I'm Lynn Clark. I'm from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, and this is my 5th year at NER.
I think we got everybody. I'm Cheryl Townsend, and I started ringing bells in 2005 when I started our group here, and have rung with NER and now directing. And I couldn't be more proud to be the director of this group of crazy people. We have a mother-daughter combo, in case you weren't sure what that was all about. Once you're an NER ringer, you're always an NER ringer, so when Ann was out on the West Coast, we missed her quite a bit, but once I found out on Facebook she was back, we were on her to get back as well. So, and people come in and out based on their schedules, because it does demand quite a bit of your time. So, we enjoy having everybody. Our next piece will be Rondo Passacaglia. This is a NER favorite and a ringer favorite amongst the handbell community, by Cynthia Dobrinsky. before the final chord, so I got it right. To God Be the Glory was a hymn written by Fanny Crosby in 1875. In 1954, Billy Graham popularized this piece in the United States. But what's special about this piece to me is that it's written by somebody who lives in Connecticut. Her name is C.J. Caminiti. She's a handbell ringer, she's a director, she's an arranger, composer, and she just has a really unique style about her in every way. And she has refreshed this hymn to glory. You'll hear some interesting rhythms in it. Apparently one of her ringers had asked her to make an arrangement of America from West Side Story. Chuckle, chuckle. Not anything like To God Be the Glory. But the rhythm in America, da 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 bum bum. We know that? That's the extent of my singing. You'll hear this rhythm permeate through the whole piece, and it's just really cool how she does it. She's got a fresh style, and we will now play Glory by C.J. Caminiti. Now, don't you think a lot more people would come to church if they were singing hymns like that? 100%. Okay. In 1988, at 3 o'clock in the morning, random, right? There was an acoustic recording of a young man singing Over the Rainbow and playing his ukulele. This is Over the Rainbow. This casual recording turned into being a global phenomenon, and he became very, very famous as a result of that. One would almost think that he lived up to his American dream by having such a success with this piece. But his American dream is not about assimilation. It's more about authenticity. He refused to compromise his native Hawaiian heritage. He wanted to keep his language. He wanted to keep the ukulele as part of his style. His name was Israel Kamakovio Ola. I just had to say it because I really practiced that. His nickname is Iz, and he really enriched the broader musical fabric of this country. This authenticity and acceptance of diversity inspires musicians and should inspire all of us to contribute to the shared heritage of our American spirit. Over the Rainbow. And we have Caroline Espy on ukulele. Cluster of Stars by Lee Afdal. So many things contribute to the American spirit. It can be music, art, pioneering, our fascination and drive to explore new horizons. Imagine the awe that those astronauts in Artemis II experienced earlier this spring. Let us look upward to the stars and enjoy this ethereal piece, Cluster of Stars. the concert, which seems so fast to me for working all these months getting here. I just wanted to say thank you. You've been a great audience. A great audience makes us better ringers because we play off of one another. We hope our music has inspired you. Feel free to come up to the tables after the concert and ask any questions you might have of our ringers. They're more than willing to tell you what they know and have you experience ringing a bell or a chime. If you feel so inclined, we are accepting donations to the 200th Anniversary Fund. The ushers in the back will take your donations as you exit. Anything that you are able to give will be much appreciated because it will help us fund future events for the rest of the year. Our final piece is a handbell tour de force. As you can see, we have every ringer playing on this one. I think we touch every bell and every chime in this piece, at least once, maybe twice. Stars and Stripes Forever by John Philip Sousa. He is our March King, and this piece screams 100% American spirit. So join us in the Stars and Stripes Forever. We might have one more in us. But you have to promise me that you'll sing along. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You know the words, you know the rhythm, so just come on in. Okay? for coming. We appreciate you coming out tonight. The weather turned out much better than this morning. God help us, gosh. But anyway, thanks for supporting New England Ringers, and look on the websites for all the other concerts that are going on this spring. There's plenty of them. So if you didn't get enough tonight, there's more out there. Thanks again. Bye-bye.